What's up guys, it's your boy Matwire back here with another video. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this video at the end, give it a thumbs up. It'll really help me out tremendously. So the other day I was at a car meet and everyone had their hoods popped, and I was looking at all these BMWs and they had, you know, strut braces and, you know, exposed cold air intakes, and they all looked dope, you know, and mine was sitting there looking like. So I was like, dang, like everyone has this nice stuff under the hood and mine looks like a regular stock BMW. I mean, yeah, I have the cold air intake, but I mean, it's covered by the air box, you know what I'm saying? So it just looks like a regular stock BMW underneath the hood. There's nothing cool, there's nothing that pops, you know? So then I had an idea. I was like, you know what? Maybe I can do something underneath the hood that'll make it pop, give it a little color, so that way it just looks more fancy, you know? And so today, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give it the engine bay a little more color, and you're about to find out what I'm gonna do. Alright guys, so as you can see, just a regular engine bay right here, right? So what I plan on doing today is actually removing these braces right here, one right here on the left side, one right here on the right side, and actually spray painting them red. So that way when you open up the engine bay, it'll give it a little more pop, you know? So these don't come on all BMWs. I was actually asked a few times by people that own BMWs where I got these braces at. So I actually got these came with my car, you know. So when I bought the vehicle, these braces were already on it, but I will go ahead and leave a link in the description to where you can get some braces like this if you would like to. I'm gonna go ahead and get these off, both braces, left side, right side. Go ahead and use some sandpaper, rough them up a little bit, and then after I rough them up, I'm gonna put some primer, paint, clear coat, install them back in the engine bay and see how it looks. Alright guys, so obviously you're gonna start by removing the braces. So for this, you're gonna be using a 13mm socket, and there's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts on both braces. So once you remove the bolts, they should just come right off. So these braces are a bit dirty, so what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna clean them up a little bit just with some rags. I have a damp one and a dry one, and then once I'm done cleaning them up, we'll move on to the next step. Alright guys, so as you can see, I've wiped down both of the braces. I wouldn't worry about getting them too clean, because the next step I'm going to actually use some sandpaper to kind of rough them up a little bit, and just kind of try to take off this black paint in preparation for the priming coat. So I went ahead and went to Walmart and picked up some sandpaper. I got the coarse grit, because like I said, we are going to be removing paint from the old one, the black paint. So I'm going to go ahead and sandpaper them down, and then once I'm done sandpapering, we'll move on to the next step. So just real quick, I wanted to show you guys. Let me bring it into the light. So something like this is what you're looking for, or what I'm looking for, I should say. You're not trying to remove all the black, just kind of rough it up, so that way when you put the primer on, it actually has a rough surface to hold on to, and it's not gonna chip or come off easy. So now that I'm done sanding one of them, I'm just gonna sand the other one off camera, and then I'll show you guys the next step after that. Alright guys, so as you can see, I went ahead and finished up sanding them. Like I said, you don't have to take off all the black. Just make sure that the roughness, you want to make sure it's not smooth anywhere. It's pretty rough everywhere, as you can see. So I already went ahead and rinsed it off with some water and wiped it down with a rag, just so that way there wasn't any like dust from the sanding. So now what I'm gonna do is gonna wipe them down with some acetone, just to make sure that they're super clean before we put any paint on them. All right y'all, so once you're done wiping them down with acetone, then you're ready for paint. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put on some primer. I went ahead and got the high heat resistant primer. If you've already seen my caliper video. I'll go ahead and link that right there. But it's pretty much the same exact spray paint I'm gonna use, because since these bars are gonna be in the engine bay, it gets really hot in the engine bay obviously, so you're gonna wanna use high heat resistant paint. So I'm gonna use this high heat primer. I'm gonna spray one side of them, wait till they dry, flip them, and then do the other side. And I'm probably gonna do about 2 to 3 coats of this. Alright guys, so I'm done with the 3rd coat of primer. What I went ahead and did was I just sprayed 3 coats of primer on one side, flipped both of them, and then sprayed 3 coats on the other side. So now that we're done with that, the next step is to actually apply the paint. Like I said, once again, I have the high heat caliper paint, but like I said, since these are going to be in the engine bay, high heat paint is what you need. So I'm going to go ahead and hit them with the high heat caliper paint, and then I'll show you guys the next step after that. Gotta get some reps in while waiting for the paint to dry. Alright guys, I just finished up with the 3rd coat of the red paint. So now that we're done with that, I'm just gonna finish up with some high heat gloss, just to give it a good finish, a nice shiny finish. So I'm not gonna do 3 coats of the clear coat. I'll probably just do maybe 1 or 2 just to give it a nice finish. And then after that, we're gonna install them again, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like afterwards. Alright guys, so once you've successfully done your last coat of clear coat, it's time to reinstall them. Pretty self-explanatory. You're just gonna install them just how you uninstalled them. This little knob right here on the bottom is going to go right here. So if you see this little angle right there, you're gonna put the knob right in that angle, and then that should line everything up. And then you just kind of have to adjust the top and the bottom so that all the holes align. And if that doesn't work for you, if you look right here, I know it's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can move my light. This one has an L, as you can see right there, and then this one over here has an R, so you really can't mess it up. So once the holes are lined up, you're gonna go ahead and reinstall the 13mm bolts, 4 on each side. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's kind of important. So all the bolts, obviously there's 4, but the one in the middle is significantly longer than the other ones, and that's the one that's gonna go in here, just because it's deeper than the rest. Once you have them all in place, go ahead and start tightening them down. So there's one. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Alright guys, so now they're both installed. So let me go ahead and give you guys a little cinematic, show you what it looks like. I think they look super clean, and I'm super happy that I decided to do it. Shout out to my friend Malik. He's actually the one that I guess gave me the idea. So shout out to Malik. They look super dope. You know, if my hood's ever popped and then they see that, like, oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, because me personally, I've never seen that. You know, I've seen the strut brace, usually colored, but I've never seen these little braces painted. I absolutely love it, and I think it looks super clean, not to mention that it matches perfectly with the red V-bars down here. And just like that, that wraps up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're right around 350 subscribers. I appreciate y'all. I know I thank y'all every time, but really, it really does mean a lot to me. With that being said, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. And if you liked this video or helped you out, gave you some ideas, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, because that would also help me out tremendously. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Are we gonna play now? Ready for the show? I'm about to take down, you already know. Get the fuck out of my face now, yeah, you gotta go. Man, I'm on the chase now.